Hi everyone, it's WTT Commentator Fraser Riley.
Alexia LeBron has just beaten Charles Morgan.
I've been to China, Korea, Japan a couple times. After he was like, me and my wife really enjoy your commentary. And I was like, crazy. Welcome to my hometown, Halifax. Nice shot, mate. Wow. But this is where I was born and bred and where I first got into table tennis. So we're here at my local club, Halifax Table Tennis Club. Bring it on. And yeah, this is Time Out on Table Tennis England. Yeah, man. Let's do it, mate.
I'm looking forward to this.
This is going to be class.
Yeah. It's been a long time since we got on the table with each other.
It has.
You know, way back when.
There's no pressure now, is there?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Used to be cutthroat back in the day.
It did.
So, Fraser, do you want to tell us where it all began? I think we're stood where it all began, aren't we?
Yeah, this is Halifax Table Tennis Club in Halifax. It's my local, and it's been open for 31 years now, which is crazy. It launched in 1994. It's a purpose-built table tennis centre. Used to be a factory, so it's been converted. 9 butterfly tables up and running, barriers. So yeah, it's a really nice place to train. Gets a little bit cold, especially at this time of year, but no, it's a great centre, and I know that you've had quite a few fond memories here yourself, Connor.
Yeah, a few fond memories. Back in the day, counties used to always be held here for me.
Yeah.
So obviously you've told us where you started playing table tennis, but what got you into table tennis?
So it was actually just sheer coincidence that I got into table tennis. My sister has cerebral palsy, and my mum met another lady who had a daughter like my sister, a disability awareness group. They became friends, and yeah, they met at a barbecue, and that's where I came along and actually met another one of that lady's kids called Jake, who's one of my very best friends to this day. Jake Clark. He had a table tennis table in his garage, so I played him. He destroyed me, so did his brother, and that was when I realised that I wanted to play table tennis. So just through family friend connection, really.
So what was the pathway like for you? Obviously you started playing here, competed in, I would say, 1- and 2-star local events.
Yeah.
And you used to go to those events with your grandpa, you know, Fraser. Me and you used to be good friends.
Yeah.
Obviously, seeing you there with your grandpa, what was that like, competing on the Table Tennis England pathway, or ETTA back then?
It kept me going when I was at school. Like, I think table tennis kept me out of trouble, kept me off the streets. And, you know, I'd spend all week looking forward to the Friday night match session at Halifax, the Blackpool 2 stars, the 4 stars as a junior. They made my childhood. You know, I'd do the entry forms myself. I'd have to earn pocket money, which I'd use to pay for the entry fees. So yeah, it meant the world to me. I was never a top player. I represented Yorkshire a little bit. But yeah, it was awesome. I think I reached like top 40 in juniors. Yeah. And I absolutely loved it. Loved competing.
What have been some of your greatest achievements as a player? You know, what have you won? Grand Prix titles?
I've never won a Grand Prix title. I've got to the final of like a few banded events. I reached the semi-finals of under-21s at a Grand Prix before. I won a 2-star in juniors. But I'd say representing Yorkshire was probably my best achievement. And I also won the Halifax Championships when I was 16 years old. That was huge for me at the time. So yeah, they're the main achievements really. But you know, the centre here, it wasn't open that often. I wasn't training that much. I was at a grammar school. Education was the priority, as much as I didn't like that. So I always spent a lot more time actually watching table tennis than I did playing.
Let's talk about when table tennis became a priority and you made the decision to move from, you know, the grammar school and you went down to Grantham College playing table tennis full time. What made you go there?
There was a few things. I actually got in trouble at the school where I was at. So I ended up having to kind of leave there. And yeah, I wanted to go to Grantham when I was quite young, but my parents didn't want me to go because they obviously were thinking, you know, academic-wise, it's better that I'm at this grammar school. So yeah, after what happened at my school, I ended up going to the place where I always wanted to be, which was Grantham, because I just wanted to be surrounded by other people who love table tennis. Table tennis was my happy place. It was the medium which I've always used to express myself. So I think going to Grantham College definitely changed my life. It opened my perspective, and it just felt like a family there. Yeah. We didn't have much, did we? Because you were there as well.
Yeah.
There were a lot of rules, and we had curfews and stuff like that. But
when you look back, we all clubbed in together. We had an amazing time. You know, some of the people that were there now, like me and you, you know, other people as well. That's who you look to as your closest friends and family, really, because they're the people that we grew up with. But that wasn't just what happened at Grantham. Tell us about how you got into the ITTF commentary. What happened, stalking the ITTF?
Yeah, man.
Paid off.
It did. So I was addicted to watching table tennis. Still am. And I wasn't a fantastic player. You know, I wasn't someone who, at the time, Gavin Evans would have considered to play, you know, as a British League A-teamer. But, you know, I thought, okay, what's the next best thing I can do? I'm not going to be a pro. I'm too lazy. Way too lazy. And my technique's horrendous, especially on the forehand. So, you know, I thought the next best thing I could do is become a commentator. I realised a little bit of an opportunity there, because a lot of the commentators were quite old and sounded a little bit, stale's the wrong word, but disinterested. So I felt like table tennis needed someone young to act as sort of a beacon of light for young people, someone who could be a bit more relatable as a commentator. So I went for it. I sent an email when I was in my second year at Grantham. And yeah, it was a long shot. You know, I didn't expect a response. I actually emailed the completely wrong person about it. I went straight to the top, and that person said, well, look, you're only 19 years old. Not many people want to be a commentator at your age. Send us a file. Send us a file of you commentating, and, you know, we'll see what you've got. And, you know, the file they sent me was the last set of Fan Zhendong versus Ma Long at the 2017 World Championships, one of the best matches that I'm sure a lot of fans will remember. Hard to forget, really. And I was actually there. That was the first time I'd ever watched table tennis live. My grandpa had got me tickets there. It's one of my birthday presents. So it was crazy that ended up being the match that I'd commentate over for a chance to become a commentator.
So from there, obviously you've recorded this footage, you've sent it off to the ITTF.
Yeah.
What happened then? You know, your first tournament was 2018 Budapest, right?
2019.
2019
Worlds.
Budapest. But you were going anyway.
I was going anyway. That was another birthday present that my grandpa had got me tickets for. So I was going from a fan to all of a sudden now being given this opportunity to commentate table tennis, which was nuts. So I went, and, you know, I was alongside Don Parker, Jill Parker, people that I looked up to. Here we go then. And yeah, it was just an amazing experience. I wasn't actually very nervous. Just felt quite at home. Thankfully it went well, and they were impressed with the fact that I wasn't using any notes, because I was watching all the events anyway. I knew what was happening. So after that, I think that the producers had faith that I could do a good job soloing and eventually leading. So I did a few events, some sort of Challenge Plus events.
These were for the ITTF?
Correct. And then COVID happened, but thankfully I hadn't sort of fallen under the radar as one of the upcoming voices in the sport. And, you know, after it rebranded to WTT, I had a bit of a chance. Sorry, I'm so out of breath, but yeah, it all went from there. I never expected it to. Obviously, I started university because I didn't think commentary would get to this stage, but it did. Amazing,
amazing. So you mentioned there about, you know, notes and keeping notes.
Yeah.
But what preparation do you do before a match? Is there any research that you have to do? I know you're clued up with the players anyway.
Yeah.
But do you actually have to do any research? Have some notes on the table, or what's that like? Do they give you a procedure that you have to follow? Anything like that?
So for the very top events, I do get a stat sheet now, which I didn't have before, but that's really, really nice. So I can look at, say, for example, Marcos Freitas' percentage against Chinese, or Lin Shidong's percentage against left-handed players. So I sound like Albert Einstein reading that, but that's come off a sheet of paper, so, you know, I'm not going to blow my own trumpet too much there. But yeah, with other stuff like the world rankings, that updates every week, so I have to keep up to date with that. I don't use notes, although if it's a huge match, if it's a huge match, I'll make a few notes, a few stories about, you know, the ups and downs of the player, what this means for them, because obviously I'm not the main star of the show, the players are, so it's about showcasing them, what it means to them to compete, you know, the yin and yang of it. Have they had any bad sort of results in the season, any, you know, issues, and what they've had to do to overcome that. Because every player goes through ups and downs. Obviously, we've even seen sort of Wang Chu-Chin struggle this year. Everyone can be vulnerable, so it's about personifying that, trying to bridge the gap between players and fans.
Guys, this is crazy. Crazy. Unbelievable scenes. Alexi LeBrun has just beaten Charles Morgan. It's going to be Alexi versus Felix in the quarterfinals. Look at the crowd.
So, in the commentary game, before you started commentating, who stood out to you as a bit of an inspiration? Table tennis or wider sports, or just in general, really, on TV or radio? Is there anybody that used to inspire you?
It's a good question. I think my sister inspired me. She's the reason that I got into table tennis, and she's never going to be able to do the things that I can do. So she inspired me. I wouldn't say that anyone kind of above me inspired me that much. It was usually people who I was interacting with on a daily basis. I think my mum, you know, I credit a lot of my success to her because she was a single mum and she did a fantastic job with what she had. I come from like a very working class environment, so I'd say she inspired me. But of course, a few table tennis pros inspired me to keep watching. I think my favourite ever player is Marlin, pen holder. He was outrageous. He could make like fellow top 100 players just look silly. So for me, he's my favourite ever player.
And, you know, obviously there are commentators that are quite well known in the sport as well. Adam Bobrow, people like that. You know, you see Bobrow everywhere. Yeah. What's it like working with those guys? Do you prefer to be commentating on your own, or do you like having a little partner to play off? You know, good friend of yours, good friend of ours, Jordan Wykes. Yeah. Now commentating for the ETTU alongside yourself in the final of the European Championships. Yeah. So go on, what is it like?
Oh man, it's surreal to commentate with Adam, because I grew up listening to him. Whenever I say that to him, he says, "You made me feel old." But, you know, yeah, it's crazy commentating with him, because he's obviously been the main voice for so many years. But I'd say it depends on my mood. Sometimes I'm quite tired, so commentating with another commentator can be a bit easier. Sometimes I want to be a little bit more selfish, commentate by myself. But,
like the limelight.
Yeah. But no, I'd say the vast majority of time I prefer to commentate with somebody, back and forth, conversate. They'll say things that I haven't thought of. It's more natural than me sat there waffling to myself from time to time.
So it has been a great opportunity, you know, that goes without saying, commentating for the WTT, the ITTF. Yeah. But from all those opportunities, tell me some of the countries that you've been, quick fire, list them off, and then tell me your favourite. Okay, I've been to China many times. I've been to Korea, Japan a couple of times, Saudi Arabia, Poland, Austria, Switzerland, Germany, Hungary, Thailand was one of my first events abroad. Yeah, they're the first ones that come to mind, really. Nice shot, mate. Wow. But yeah, the first event that really kind of sunk in with me with what I was doing, because it didn't. The first event that I did at the Worlds didn't really sink in. But when I went out to Thailand by myself to commentate the... Charles Morgan. Oh, he's got it. Oh, that's genius. Who do you think you are, the Dane?
Shout out to TTD Dane. Nice.
Go on, which was the first one that sunk in?
Yeah, Thailand. I went out there by myself to commentate the World Junior Champs. That was the event really that, like, I had this overwhelming like feeling of emotion. Like I actually cried because I was like, how has my life changed like this? I never thought it would. Table tennis, it got me through a lot of hard times as a kid. So the fact that I'm doing what I'm doing now is crazy, and I'm at the stage now with it, like, where I'm not as starstruck when I see pros or anything like that, but my perspective shift. Now I want to try and give back as much as I can. Try and sort of give back, help people improve, because I'm someone who, communication's my main thing. I can talk for England, can't play for England, but I think I've got a lot to give. So, I want to try and coach a bit more now, as well as commentate.
So you speak there about being starstruck by players. Who was one of your first people that you met on the international scene that you thought, wow?
I'd say Ovtcharov was the first.
Dimitri.
Oh, come on.
Fire.
Yoli! I'd say Ovtcharov was the first. He came up to me at a buffet, like the breakfast buffet in the hotel, because sometimes I'm in the same hotel as the players.
Yeah.
And he was like, he tapped me on the shoulder and I was getting some noodles or something, and he was like, Fraser? And I was like, oh my God, Ovtcharov, so good to meet you, And he was like, me and my wife really enjoy your commentary. And I was like,
that's a compliment.
Crazy. Missed counter from the Romanian #1.
So obviously you told us Ovtcharov was the first player that you felt starstruck by.
Yeah.
But who is probably your favourite player to interact with as a person on the scene that you know? And who is your favourite player?
Okay, that's a great question. My favourite player, I'd say at the moment it's a Japanese female player called Honoka Hashimoto. I'm just loving defence. I'm hoping to see like a recharge of defenders. So let's give some chopping a go then, come on. But I think Hashimoto at the moment, she recently won the finals, WTT finals, with another Japanese chopper called Hitomi Sato. Yeah, just the choppers in general, I love watching them so much. Trolls Moragard as well, he's just like, expect the unexpected with him, he can do anything. So I'd say Moragard as well. They're my top 2 favourite players.
And what about as a person? Who'd you get on with?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't talk to the pros as much as a lot of people may think I do, because at the end of the day, I've got to criticise their techniques. I don't want to feel like I'm amazing friends with them, and then I don't want to feel on air like I can't criticise them where I need to. But I'd say some of the nicest interactions I've had have been with Calderano. I was sat on the bus with him in Xinjiang for like 40 minutes talking about table tennis. I even showed him some clips of me playing and asked him how I need to improve.
Nice.
And
what did he say?
Of course he said the forehand, Connor, like,
Or the footwork, maybe.
So yeah, I had a really nice interaction with him. Also Anders Lind in Busan.
Yeah, nice lad.
Nice lad, very humble, amazingly talented as well. So yeah, they're the 2 interactions that really stand out for me.
You spoke about there saying things about the players, but have you ever said anything whilst cameras are rolling that's a mistake? Have you ever thought, oh, why have I just said that?
So I mentioned Thailand when I was just starting. Could have been over there and then.
Right.
Moragard hit an unbelievable shot against Shan Peng, who ended up winning that World Junior Championships. It was, I think, a slap. And I went, what a and I said forehand. Thank God I did, otherwise I would have been sacked.
On the spot?
On the spot. So it could have been over within the first 6 months of my career.
So, Fraser, obviously we're talking about favourite players. Got a quick fire question for you. coming at you right now.
Okay.
I want you to name your favourite player who has the best variable of each bit of a table tennis player.
I can build
so we're
my
going
own
to start
pro.
building your own pro. So we're going to
Nice.
start with forehand.
Forehand, I think you've got to go with Marlon.
Yeah, backhand.
Iconic. Backhand, it can't be too powerful because then he doesn't have time for his forehand. So I'd go Timo Boll.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's got the best short game?
Short game, Liang Jin-kun.
Yeah. Who's the best away from the table?
Oh man, Gozi.
Gozi.
Go with Gozi, yeah.
Who's got the best reloop?
Best reloop, I like Lee Sang-soo's reloop.
I'm not giving a little pitch for the shout out on the backhand reloop.
With the backhand pitch, but with the forehand Lee Sang-soo, he's got a swanning shot, I love it.
Serves?
Best serves in the game, I'm going to go with a high toss backhand serve. I'm going to go with Hashimoto. It's just a bit different. Feeling. That's hard. The Chinese, they're slept on with regards to feeling because they don't use it as much. But I'm going to go with Moragard.
Yeah.
For the sake of, trapping spin off a spinny serve, keeping it tight.
Celebration. Who's got the best shows in the game?
Best show in the game, man. That's a good question. I like Zhang Jike. It was like a ripping show. He was just iconic. He'd tear his shirt. I think Zhang Jike had some of the coldest celebrations in the game. He just had this swagger about him that I miss, yeah.
That sounds like one hell of a player to me. So, Fraser, let's talk about some of the other opportunities that you've had within table tennis and commentating. Yeah. So, most recently, Paralympics. Obviously, you spoke about Annabelle earlier, your sister. That event must have meant a lot to you. So, what was your role there? How did that happen? And what did it mean to you?
It meant the world. I didn't know I was going to be doing it. It was one of World Table Tennis's umpires that had actually recommended me forward. She was also an official at the Paras. So she mentioned my name forwards. And I thought I was going there to commentate. I got my contract through, and it was for a sports-specific announcer role for para table tennis. So I was like, maybe that's just this company's way of saying commentator, right?
Right.
Turns out they meant announcer, which I'd never done before. So, yeah, I was there in the stadium, introducing the players, doing the award ceremonies after the event had finished. When the players walked out, all that stuff. So it was incredible, especially because I'd been in there like only a few months before that for the Olympics, watching with a couple of mates. So to be back there again for the Paras and getting to announce some of our English stars especially was just absolutely beautiful. It meant the world. And to see stars like, Fliss and Bly as well medal brought a tear to my eye because obviously with my sister as well, it all came full circle.
What was that like? You've never done that before. Was it quite daunting or
I found it way more scary than commentating. Because if I say something on air that may not be funny or something that isn't right, I can kind of hide a little bit and I'll see the reaction a little bit later. But when you're in the stadium doing stuff, the reaction's immediate and you can see the people right in front of you. So, yeah, I found it amazingly rewarding, but quite scary.
And obviously, you mentioned the tie to your sister. What was that like when you told Annabelle about that?
Oh man, so she was actually watching it and she could hear me, and apparently she smiled. So, yeah, hearing that was amazing.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
And other opportunities, you went doing the Olympic Esports Week.
Yeah.
What was that like? It's commentating table tennis, but not real table tennis.
Yeah, VR table tennis, which I think has huge potential, particularly in the Chinese market.
Double points.
Yeah, that was a really cool experience. I was actually presenting there, so I was on the stage with Table Tennis Daily's Dan Ives. Nice to have a bit of TV time with the founder, someone who I also looked up to a lot as a kid, still do, even though I work with him sometimes. So a really positive experience. It was just in its trial stage at that moment, 11 VR. It's getting better and better all the time. And I know that the ITTF now is going to start doing a lot of tournaments, maybe even a series of VR events.
So obviously, you mentioned the VR table tennis there. And that's one thing that's an emerging market in China.
Yeah.
But how do you see table tennis developing? Not only on a world stage, but in England, what do we have to do to catch up with the likes of France, China, Sweden?
There's a lot we need to do. I think the fact we've got a purpose-built, solidified training centre now in Sheffield is great. But I think we need to try and focus a little bit more on celebrating the unique aspects of players coming up. I think there's a lot of unique talents out there that aren't quite, should we say, fitting in the agenda of what an English table tennis player should look like. And that's a problem, because even in places like China, where you expect them to be a little bit more disciplined, players are allowed to keep those unique aspects of the game, because that's what really, really takes you far. Yeah. I'd say that's number one. Number two, we need to, I think, try and think a little bit more outside the box. A lot of countries have tried to copy China, but it's very difficult to beat them at their own game. So I'd say try and think of unique ways to cause difficulties, particularly in the service and receive game. And yeah, I think just seek the advice of not just people who have been a fantastic player, but great minds. There's so many great minds in table tennis, and you don't always know who they are because they haven't been an amazing player. Yeah. So seek the advice of those players and market the sport more. A lot of kids growing up, they're looking at footballers, they're looking at the Lamborghinis, they want to be a footballer. So we need to find ways to incentivize people into becoming a table tennis player. Difficult to compete with the likes of football, but table tennis has its advantages. It's more accessible, more people can play it. And you don't have to build new buildings in order to set up a table tennis facility. You can use existing facilities for that. So they're the main things really that I could think of.
Obviously within English table tennis, who are some of your favourite players to watch? Who do you get a buzz about, especially the young players? Not a lot of people might know this, but obviously, Fraser, you watch table tennis all the time.
Yeah.
So who are some of the players coming up on the world stage or even within England that you would keep an eye on?
I think, there's a lot of promising juniors out there and cadets. Abraham Salado, who is actually from my club here in Halifax, coached by Sam Clayton, is a very phenomenal talent. I think if he's got the work ethic and if he stays in tune with himself, he could be a really, really amazing player when he's older. Quarter-finalist at the European Youths, so incredible. Larry, I like Larry. He's I'd say a bit more of a loose cannon, but I like him. I think Ralph, he's a machine. And I like Connor Green, obviously. Connor Green's the star boy right now. Gave Benedict Olar a fantastic game. The player who actually took Alexei Lebrun the closest at the European Champs. So Connor Green taking him to the decider. He's great.
So we spoke about development within England. What's next for Fraser Riley? Where do you see your development going, and what are some of your aims?
My aims are to leave table tennis in a better place than where I found it, how I found it. I want to be the best commentator that I can be, and I want to set up my own state-of-the-art facility, my own club. Always open, beautiful environment. I want it to be inclusive. I want to have sessions for disabled people. I want to have sessions for all people. And I want to help create the next line of English champions, potentially even Olympic medalists in the future. Just pass down everything that I've learned from watching the pro level for how long I have. Yeah.
And obviously with your commentary, what's next for the commentary? Where will we see you coming up in the new year?
Yeah, 2025 is going to be a huge year. Obviously, we've got English table tennis events, coming soon. FIDE Manchester again, star contender in London, Worlds in 2026. I'll be involved in those events. But my next stop will be star contender in Doha in January. And then Singapore Smash should be the next ones after that.
You've just mentioned the WTT events coming over to England. Yeah. What do you think that means for English table tennis, and what does it mean to you having the World Championships coming to London, the Centenary Championships, not just any? I'm
absolutely buzzing for that. I went to the Copper Box Arena for the Team World Cup, and we did really well. We had a lot of fans there. So I'm so excited, and I hope it can spur on a new generation of English table tennis players. I think table tennis is the best sport in the world, and I think it has the potential to be right up there in terms of the biggest sports, I mean, it already is in Asia, but even in Europe, we're seeing a big influx in France. Why not England? We just need a couple of breakthrough stars, and then we'll be right there. But yeah, in terms of the events, really excited. I think Steve Dainton has announced that there's going to be sort of a 10-year charge of English table tennis events. So really excited to see how it can help English table tennis.
So now, Fraser, some more personal questions. Let's get to know the man behind the voice. What are some of the other sports that you used to play as a kid? What did you used to like?
I tried loads of sports. Played rugby for Old Broadleians, was quite a good rugby player. But through injury and stuff like that, I decided not to pursue it. Played football as well for Clifton Rangers when I was a kid, like under 11s. Even tried a little bit of athletics and martial arts out, but I'm asthmatic. I've got quite bad lung disease, so it's difficult for me to do a lot of cardio without like just gasping for air, which I never had an issue with table tennis. That's one of the reasons why I got into it. Like, it was a sport that I could play without having like an asthma attack. But yeah, those were the other sports that I tried. But as soon as I started playing table tennis, like,
you got the buzz?
Got a massive buzz. I was addicted to every part of it. Like,
what? Here we go. Let's turn it on. Maybe you should have been a chopper.
Maybe.
You're learning a lot.
Yeah.
So, Fraser, some other skills, something that not a lot many people may know. Firstly, I'm going to ask you, what's your go-to karaoke song?
My go-to karaoke song. Jesus.
And you know why I'm asking you this.
You want me to sing?
I do want you to sing.
Oh my God, man.
Tell everybody at home how good you are. Multi-talented.
I don't want to blow my own trumpet.
Give us a little bit of an opera.
Only if you do the backing vocals, Connor.
Oh, putting me on the spot now.
I like loads of stuff, man. I like R&B. I like rap music. I like hip hop. I'm actually, like, one of my pastimes, I like to
make music.
Make music. I've released a couple of like singles. So yeah, it's just something I like to do. I'm not doing it in hopes of any outcome. I just hope that like I can keep doing it, and because it's fun. You know, it's important to get that balance. So much of my life is table tennis that it's been hard for me to kind of work out what I need to do when I'm not.
So go on then, Fraser. Give us a rendition. Your choice. Get straight into it.
Oh man, I don't want to.
Come on, mate, come on.
I don't want to. I'm too shy.
20 seconds.
This is the thing, like, I can commentate, but like in front of loads of people, but I can't sing in front of 2 people.
Or the millions watching.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You got to give me a tune.
I want to hear the famous opera one. You're very good at that.
Shall I do some Pavarotti?
Yeah, go on.
How does that song go? Oh yeah. Nessun dorma. That's all I'm giving you.
That's a teaser, yeah?
That's a teaser.
We'll get the best out of it. Right. That was amazing catching up.
Thanks, mate.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, really enjoyed that.
So now, let's put it to the test. Can the commentator take out the admin? Fraser, what equipment are you using?
Using Stiga rubbers and of course the Charles Morgard Cyber Shape blade.
Right, bring it on.
Ali!
You ready?
Come on, let's get into it, man.
Wrong. Not the only thing he's going to lose.
Why? Enough of that. Yellow, where is it? Oh, yeah. See that? Dainty. So delicate. Stiga.
Stiga control. Are you ready?
Yeah, obviously.
Clearly wasn't.
He's done that serve to me since he was a junior.
Still don't like it. Hey.
Oh. Oh. What?
That's outrageous. Oh my God. Good job you're in the production box and not on the court. Gone dizzy.
Couldn't hit water if I fell out of a boat.
Yeah, it's spinning. Oh. Don't be doing no Zhang Jika taking your top off.
Oh, come on.
I don't want to see that Greg you've had this
Well,
morning.
you wanted views, no?
Oh! That's probably
tucked in now.
That's probably the best shot I've ever seen you hit in a real match, fake match, whatever.
See that?
That was insane.
Shot block, man.
But you got to do the noise. You got to.
That's a Michael Mays.
6-3, my serve.
That's going on the highlight.
Oh. Where you going, mate?
Well played, mate. It's nice.
Round the net's coming.
Oh, Connor!
Come on! Chase that! Where have you heard that before?
Nassau. Ryan
Legend.
Nassau.
7-all, game on.
Hey.
Christmas has come early. Come on. Two shot. Give us a chance.
It's meant to be the exhibition, but I can't blow this lead.
10-9. He's back. Back in the room.
Good.
10-all. Hey.
Oh, Shelby!
Come on then.
He's done it, the first one.
I'm not even going to try.
I wanted to get him back after he tried to cheat me out.
12-all. Come on. Knackered.
Yeah.
On 12-13. Who's this? What was I going for then? Fraser leads 1 game to love, and after a short 30-minute sit down, we'll play the second set. Whoa. Come on!
He's missing me a bait!
Christian Carlson.
Ziddy.
Z-A-D-D-Y. What? I think my trick shot list has run out. 4-all.
Hey.
Was you ready? Don't think I was. Right, come on.
You won't forget about
wins with the losses. Good save, mate. Good save.
Move well for a big boy.
6-4.
Come on.
7-5. Come on. You roasting?
See what? So if I don't wear proper table tennis clothes and I play badly,
so is an excuse?
there is an excuse.
What excuse have I got? 7-5, 1-0 down. Nice. 8-6, 6-8. Good stuff. You notice how I didn't play to his forehand, so he looked good.
Yeah, he's making me look good here.
There you go. That's nice.
Rosie, you asked me, who's got the best feeling?
7-9, nice 7. Is it coming out? Not on that one.
Yeah.
Not that one. That's the one. Oh!
Got contact.
Dika, eat your heart out.
Try to fade it too much.
So I've wiped the table now. 9-8. Come on. See you later.
Party pooper. Oh, let's see now. I'm allergic to sugar.
Lollipop.
Oh.
Not far off, my friend.
Oh.
11-all.
Whisker.
What are you going for? Come on, Tom.
Come on, Jarvis. Sorry.
You played it to the wrong place.
Ziddy.
I'm going round 2. What a way to lose it. Fraser.
Good game.
Fraser.
Time for the proper one now, though.
Ready?
Ali, let's do it.
Come on.
This is the real one now. It's all fun and games, but it's personal. He came back against me, 10-6, 2-1 down at the Nottingham Grand Prix, and I've never forgotten it to this day. And I've waited 7 years.
Do you know what? I think the last time you beat me was at a British League in Ormsby in a proper match.
It was.
We must have played each other 25 times in one season.
Yeah. Oh, it's not the exhibition now, is it? Yeah. Sorry.
Just remind yourself. Nice reloop though.
Cheers. Pitchford.
Just counting up all the nets.
Oh no!
Didn't expect you to get it back. Score 3-all.
Still got it.
4-2. Time wasting.
That's legit.
Tactic is get him to play that horrific forehand and then we'll be alright.
That's a let.
4-2. Is that right?
Yeah.
Fraser.
See,
What are you doing?
Watching too much Trolls.
Just because he got his back doesn't mean you can play like him.
I know, mate.
4-3. Tactics.
Sort that forehand down. Come on. Sorry. I was due a few.
I think it went down. Due a few.
I knew it. It's all mind games. Hey.
See, forehand, it could be as bad a shot as I want it to be.
Nice to Nick.
4-4, game on. Roasting. Oh, it's forehand.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Can you get off the net?
That gave you more time.
Put it lights out.
Sorry.
What was it? Is it 6-5 now?
I think it's 6-5.
Okay, we'll go 6-5.
Oh, just quite.
What would Gav have said to you on that one?
Drop the bat.
I think he just said drop the table tennis after that technique. Stick to the commentary. I'm surprised that didn't go on.
Where's my luck? Oh! Wow. That is insane.
And another net.
That is insane.
Yeah, Fraser. 9-7.
What a shot. Getting greedy.
It's 1 in 10, not 1 in 2.
Sorry. Just having a few LeBron issues over here.
Did you ever notice that with the LeBrons? The glasses steam up.
Yeah. Remember Mitch Tani when he started to wear glasses?
Oh, Isaac Kingham in my team plays with little things that hold them on. They're brilliant.
Right, okay.
They don't fall off.
It's the steam issue. that never gets sorted.
Never gets old.
No. 8-10, come on.
Don't serve me that rubbish. Cheers, Fraser.
It's one game.
Winner takes all.
Didn't know.